Good evening. My name's John, and tonight we're going to discuss multiple topics. We're doing it a little earlier than normal simply because, in a mere hour and a half, we get to watch the Cubs win the World Series. So, to go ahead and begin, we're going to talk about Sandel's argument on public reasoning and Matt's argument. And to be honest, after reading and think about it, I think I lean more towards Matt on his side of it. I think that public reasoning is very important for an individual, simply because if you truly believe in a faith, then that faith should also dictate how you live your life and how you should try to get others to live your life. In the same sense, it is not my job or any religion's job, I believe, to dictate how others live their life. Uh, I believe most religions out there, and I've studied quite a few, all have the same general guidelines of you need to convert them by showing them how good your religion is, not by forcing it on them. And I think that's where it comes into factor of you can't use just your views to set the rules and the laws. You have to be mindful that they are what you believe, and the law should allow you to follow your religious views, whether it be attending church or not attending church. Uh, but I'm pretty sure every religion out there justifies, or not justifies, actually forbids murder. Uh, and so, murder's pretty good law because it doesn't violate anybody's, public reasons or non-public reasons. Uh, then we kind of go into Sandel's approach to political philosophy. Um, in this, I think which is most appropriate or best is a very difficult situation. Um, I know that he and you have talked about virtue character being one of the top ones, but again, I think that it plays an important role in how we set aside our, political philosophies, uh, because we do have to use our own beliefs and our own faiths to help dictate how we live. But at the same time, I can't really say that it's appropriate or the best. I can say the same thing for utilitarianism and consequence. Um, in a small sense, doing what is the best and going to create the best atmosphere, so to speak, for everybody or the mass, create the mass amount of joy, um, or overall net pleasure, however you want to phrase it, uh, is good, but I think it also goes against how our forefathers set forth this nation to make sure that our laws don't cripple the minorities, and that nobody is oppressed or, you know, made to where they can't live their life how they want to. Same thing between libertarian freedom. I think it brings some very strong points to the table. As far as it's your money, you earned it, you should keep it all. It's your body, you should be able to do whatever with it that you want. But at the same time, that can't completely be the case because we as society have banded together to generate a government to pay taxes to protect us, to provide us with civil services. Uh, Same thing with the body. I think that it is your right to do with your body as you wish. However, I can't say that I say that on all circumstances. But then again, that's where I start to draw into my, non-public reasonings and public reasonings. Um, and it starts to sway my viewpoint. And I think that's where the struggle comes in. Overall, if I had to say which one would ultimately be the best, I would have to say it'd be a combination of all of them, used in the right perspectives and talked about through the right scenarios. Uh, and when I say the best or most appropriate, I mean what's the best and most appropriate for everyone, not for the majority, not for the minority, but for everyone. And I think that's how you can come up with these answers. Same thing you said about philosophy. It's not necessarily how much you know or where you teach. It's who has the better argument. Well, the only way you can ever learn or gain from this is to have that discussion to begin with. So if we all just agreed to use utilitarianism or virtue or liberty, then we would all have the same answer. However, if we all take a different stance or viewpoint on it, then we can discuss this rationally and grow as a whole. Again, I know I went a little bit over this weekend. Uh, Thank you for the chapter, and